Hello. Uh, Today I'll be discussing this article from RBI Governor Shaktikanta Das. Uh, he just had a press conference and where he said that RBI, or the RBI expects a V-shaped recovery for India in 2021-22. So, if you don't know what a V-shaped recovery is, uh, it is like the GDP goes down like one um, one side of V, and then it goes up back again as the other side of V. There are other types of recoveries. There is a U-shaped recovery where the GDP goes down and then it remains down for a time and then it goes up. There is also a W-shaped recovery where it's like the alphabet W and then it goes up. There's also an L-shaped recovery. So L-shaped recovery is the worst, to be honest, because in the L-shaped recovery, what happens is that the economy goes down and then it remains down. So IMF was estimating that the world will be having an L-shaped recovery just a few days back. But India and Indian governor, the RBI governor, RBI is the Central Bank of India, they are expecting India to have V-shaped recovery. So which is really good. I mean, they must have researched on this topic, and only after that they are coming out in the open and telling the press about it. So as is written over here, India is just a handful of countries that will cling on to positive growth, and this is the highest in G20 countries as is estimated by IMF. So China will grow at 1.2%, India will be at 1.9%. So this is the highest in all the G20 countries. So if you don't know which are the G20 countries, they are mostly Argentina, Brazil, Mexico, USA, Canada. Then you have Britain, France, Germany, Italy. Then the entire European Union is considered as one country. Then you have South Africa, Saudi Arabia, Turkey, India, China, Russia, Japan, South Korea. Then you have Indonesia and Australia. So out of all these countries, India will grow the highest. And I also made a video a few days back, uh, you know, outlining the predictions that IMF has for all the major economies. So even in that, you can see that India has the highest growth among all the countries. So one more thing that RBI governor said is that the inflation is also expected to fall, which is a good thing for the consumers, because when the inflation falls, you pay less price for the products. So that's a good thing. But India will have like a very good growth in the following year, that is 2021 and 2022, the financial year. So RBI also announced another measures to boost the liquidity to NBFCs. NBFCs are non-banking financial corporations. It reduced the reverse repo rate by 25 basis points to 3.75%. So don't get confused by this, or this is not some sort of rocket science. It's just that RBI is trying to give as much liquidity as possible to the market. What that means is they are trying to make sure that people have money to carry on with their daily lives. That's all it means. Um, Another thing is that one more thing that they are trying to come up with is because now is the Vaisakhi, right? And many farmers in India want to sell their produce now. So as you can see, Kharif and Rabi crops need to be sold by farmers to the government, and the government needs to take care of that. The produce does not go to waste. So that's why many states are now opening up some parts of their economies so that the farmers' produce does not go to waste, because you cannot store uh, the farm produce for too long. Okay, it really goes to waste. Molds start piling up on the produce, and that's why it's important that you sell the produce as soon as possible to the government. In India, government buys a whole lot of produce from farmers, so the farmers don't have to go door to door to sell the produce. So the government is really even trying to make sure that the produce does not go waste. Okay. uh, so these early developments bode well for rural demand, supported as they are by accelerating fertilizer production up to February 2020. Okay, so government is really trying to make sure that the farmers, who are the lifeblood of the country, okay, they get the their produce is being taken care of. So further, he goes on to say that the governor further said that a period ahead, inflation could recede even further, barring supply disruption shocks, and may even settle well below the target 4% by the second half of 2020-2021. So inflation in India is usually on the same level as the rate that you get on FD. Okay. So if you have noticed, when you put a fixed deposit in the bank in India, the rate usually, like, just I think around 5 or 7 years back, it was more than 10%, but right now it has gone down, right? So why is that? Because as inflation starts getting lesser and lesser, so does the rate of the fixed deposit in India. So when inflation will be below 4%, to be honest, that's a good thing for the consumers, but that's not a good thing for the economy. So economy needs inflation. Okay, there are developed countries in the world, like the country that I'm living in right now, Canada. They need inflation. Okay, they really even want to manufacture inflation so that the economy starts growing. Because over here, there are instances where I can see that there are houses that are purchased by people, and they're selling it for lesser price. Okay, so you might have never heard about this in India or in most of the developing world, so-called developing world, because the prices usually just go high up, right? I mean, the prices never go down in India, but there are places in Canada where prices are literally going down. Why is that? Because this country depends on immigration. Okay, if immigrants don't come into Canada for or come into like a smaller cities, then it's just a normal supply and demand thing. Okay, if there is not enough demand, then the supply is going to go down, and that's exactly what is happening. So inflation of 4% is a good thing for India, to be honest with you. Frankly, it should be higher so that the economy can grow. But from the consumer's point of view, like from the common man's point of view, when you go out and want to buy something, then lesser inflation is good. It works in your favor, not in the government's favor, but it works in the common guy's favor. So in its February bi-monthly monetary policy, the RBI had projected a GDP growth of 6%. India, is India used to have growth of almost 7 to 8%, but right now, even before the pandemic, it was. I can agree that it has become lesser and lesser. But to be honest, the world does not have any other country as India. Okay, so if you look at the foreign investment into India, that is just skyrocketing. Okay, there is no other country like India that really has the potential to be the breadbasket of the world. Well, by the breadbasket, I mean, like, the country that literally just feeds the entire world. Okay, so what is a breadbasket? There's a basket and there is bread into it, and that bread should be passed around to the entire world to feed them. Okay, so that's how India is viewed around the world, because there is no other country that can really take on the mantle of India in the near future. Okay, um, the global financial markets remain volatile, and emerging market economies are grappling with capital outflows and volatile exchange rate. Crude oil prices remain in state of flux despite the agreement on production cuts by OPEC plus countries. So, as you know, just to give a background, the oil prices have stabilized now after the OPEC plus countries, which are mostly dominated by Saudi Arabia and Russia. They agreed to cut the production of oil so that the world does not run out of places to keep oil. Okay, so just imagine this madness. Like, Saudi Arabia was trying to flood the market with so much oil that literally the world was running out of space to keep the oil, to store the oil. Okay, so right now they have agreed to something like this so that they just don't run onto each other. So Saudi Arabia definitely needs Russia, Russia needs Saudi Arabia, And US is also a very big player in this madness, because US has something called shale oil, okay, and they want to preserve that shale oil as well. I'll make another video discussing the shale oil controversy with Saudi and Russia. So I hope you like this video. So no virus can stop India from growing, and that this just proves an Abia governor is just testament of what I've been talking about so far. So please like and subscribe, and hit the bell icon so that you can get the notification of every video that I upload. Thank you. Have a good day. Bye bye.